Dante from Peninsula Television Studios, high above beautiful downtown San Carlos, Pacific Bell presents Peninsula Quiz Kids. And now, the host of our show, Brad Friedman.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, and welcome to Peninsula Quiz Kids, the game show where kids use intelligence, knowledge, speed, and collaboration for the chance to win fabulous prizes. We have a great game for you today, so let's meet our two teams. First, the Capuchino High School Mustangs. This is our captain, Bruce Sund. Bruce, I hear you were voted most talented by your peers. Was this in the senior poll?
Yeah.
So what are you most talented at?
Stuffing ballot boxes.
And in addition to that, I hear you're into sports. So what are your games?
I run track and cross country, but my favorite is soccer, basically because we beat Mills 4-0.
You beat Mills 4-0. All right. Well, we'll see if that winning streak continues. Here's your teammate, Lito Hernandez. And Lito, I understand you participated this year in mock trial.
Yes, I did.
Is there you're used to public speaking, so you must feel very comfortable right here.
Yeah, I do. I was actually a lawyer in mock trial.
Oh, were you really?
Yes, I was.
Was there a specific topic that you had to argue, or how does it work?
Yeah, there was a case that was given to us.
How'd you do?
All right.
All right. Well, let's see how you do with your teammate, Raymond Giusti. Raymond, you swim on Cap's team. Is there a specific race that you do best?
Freestyle, the 200 free.
That's great. And you're also an AP student in history and English. So you managed to juggle both athletics and academics. Good for you. I wish you all the best of luck. Let's meet your opponents, the Mills High School Vikings. And Captain Mark Chen, you attended UC Davis for a specific kind of research project?
Yes, I conducted an agricultural science project. It dealt with the water movement throughout plants.
Throughout plants?
Through plants.
If you can only figure the water movement from northern to southern California, you'd solve all our state's problems. Good, and we have here also Tim Zalesi. And Tim, you want to teach. Good for you. What do you want to teach?
Either history or literature or maybe even drama. I like reading and learning, and I'd like to help other people enjoy it too. So.
And I understand you play the guitar. You might want to strum a little bit when you're teaching it, kind of soothe the students. It can work wonders. Good luck to you. And here is your teammate, Suzanne Mohamedjani.
Yes.
I said that right?
Wonderfully.
Good. And I understand you were born in Japan.
Yes, I was.
Now, how did you happen to be born in Japan?
Well, my father was working there at the time for Johnson & Johnson, and I had the opportunity to live there for 5 years.
And do you go back?
Yes, actually about every 2 years we go back, and we went to the Olympics.
Wow.
So that was it was a lot of fun there.
You're studying Japanese at Mills,
yes,
so
I am.
you get to use that when you go back there?
A little bit, skoshi dake.
I'm sure that's great.
Okay.
All right. We're going to play. Are you guys ready to play Peninsula Quiz Kids? And here we go. I'd just like to first just say hello to a couple of people. First of all, the coach from Capuchino, Barb Regan. Why don't we give her a big hand? And the coaches from Mills, Helen Sullivan and Bobby Delbon. And of course, we will be relying on the good judgment of our two judges, Frank Saboti and Cece Cronin. We call her Your Honor. So if I say anything wrong or if there's any kind of question, I'll turn to the judges and they will let us know what the correct answer is. All right? Let's start with the first round, which we call the lightning round. You will see in front of you buzzers. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. If you think you've got the question, you should buzz in. The first person to buzz in gets a chance to answer that question. If you get it right, you will score 10 points for your team. If you get it wrong, the other team has a chance to collaborate and steal those 10 points from you. Everyone understand? So let's play. What is the inverse of 4/5 written as a decimal? Yes, Mark?
1.25.
1.25 is correct for 10 points. What is the word in English for 1,000 billion? Yes, Bruce?
A trillion?
A trillion is correct for 10. Within 10 years, what year did Benjamin Franklin perform his famous kite experiment? Yes, Raymond.
1776. 1770s.
1770s. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Would the Mills team like to collaborate? Within 10 years, what year did Benjamin Franklin perform his famous kite experiment?
1760s.
1760s. I'm sorry, that's not really. Okay, we'll give it 1752, so it's 10 points to Mills. Next question. What country controlled most of Arizona until 1848? Yes,
Mexico.
Bruce.
Mexico?
Mexico is correct. Now let's look at the score right now, and we see we're at a tie. Mills 20, Capuchino 20. Okay, here we go. What common ingredient used in cooking is mostly ethanoic acid? Yes, Mark.
Vinegar.
Vinegar is correct. Next question. Name the convenience store chain that is most common in the U.S. Yes, Lido.
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven is right. Within 20%, what percentage of Fortune 500 companies had websites in 1995? Yes, Bruce.
50%.
Well, it's 34%, so that is correct. Good. Which of the chemical elements has the symbol Bi? Yes, Mark.
Bismuth.
Bismuth is right. Next question. What is 19 squared? I can hear you all thinking. Yes, Mark Chen.
362.
362 is incorrect. Capuchino, you can take the 10 points if you can tell us the answer to what is 19 squared.
351.
No, I'm sorry, it's 361. So close. Here we go. From what country did Mexico gain independence? Yes, Raymond.
Spain.
Spain is correct. Let's look at the score. Mills has 40, Capuchino's in the lead with 50. In what decade did Babe Ruth hit his most home runs? Yes, Bruce.
The 20s?
The 20s is right. Who committed the first murder in the Old Testament? Yes, Raymond.
Abel.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Can you answer that one, Mills? Who committed the first murder in the Old Testament?
Cain.
Cain killed Abel. That's correct for 10 points. Who was the U.S. Vice President in 1986? Yes, Bruce.
Was Dan Quayle?
No, I'm sorry, it wasn't. Yes, Tim.
George Bush.
George Bush. Don't get excited. You don't have to buzz in. You can relax, you can talk. Fine. What was Henry Fonda's profession? Yes, Tim.
He was an actor.
He was an actor. Correct. All right. Mills has taken the lead 70 to 60 for Capuchino. And here we go. What was the name of the first permanent British settlement in North America? Raymond.
Jamestown.
Jamestown is right. Which teammate of Babe Ruth was nicknamed the Iron Horse? Yes,
Greg.
Bruce. You're right. Next question. How many perfect squares are there between 100 and 200? Yes, right, Bruce.
2.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Mills, how many perfect squares are between 100 and 200? You may talk it over.
6.
No, I'm sorry, the answer is 4. We'll keep going. What is the body system called that includes all the glands? Yes, Mark.
Endocrine system.
The endocrine system is correct. What is the English translation or meaning of the Italian word libretto? Yes, Raymond.
Liberty.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. For Mills, a chance to steal the English translation or meaning of the Italian word libretto.
Library.
No, that was a very good guess, though. The answer is little book. And we'll keep going. In which phylum is the slug found? Bruce.
Mollusks.
Mollusk is correct for 10 points. Let's look at the score. The score is Mills 80, Capuchino 90. This is a very tight game, folks. What is the oldest continuously run marathon in the United States? Yes, Bruce.
The Boston Marathon.
Boston Marathon is correct. Name the French Impressionist painter who painted women in the garden. Painter of women, yes.
Monet.
That's right, Claude Monet, Tim. Very good. And that is the end of the first round, and we see Mills has 90, Capuchino's 100. Again, very tight game. Well played. We'll be moving on to our second round, but first, well, we're back, and those were some wonderful images. I noticed there wasn't a lot of voiceover, so Bruce, tell us, of all those, what are some of the memories you'll take with you when you go leave Cap?
Well, some of the things I'm going to remember most is obviously athletics, but also the classroom environment, especially in the science classes. There's a lot of laboratory work, so there's interactions, much more like real life than any of the other classes would be.
That sounds great. Well, good. Good luck to you. All right, we're going to start our face-off round here, and two of our members of the teams have each picked a specialty category they're going to prove themselves expert on. I'm going to ask questions one after the other. Tim is going to be answering questions on current events, and Bruce, guess what, is going to be answering questions on sports. And we are going to see who does well with these 20-point questions. I'll start with Mills. So here we go. What's the exact name of the show Peter Jennings hosts on ABC?
World News Tonight.
World News Tonight is correct for 20 points. Our first sports question. Which Olympic event made Jim Thorpe famous?
The decathlon.
That is right for 20 points. Current events. What new Disney movie features the music of Beethoven, Stravinsky, and Gershwin?
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
No, I'm sorry. The answer is Fantasia 2000, which you can see this big right now. What baseball team won the most World Series in history?
The New York Yankees.
That is right for 20 points. Former Chicago Bulls player Michael Jordan recently became part owner of what NBA team?
The Knicks.
I'm sorry, you know this one, don't you? Yeah. It's the Washington Wizards. All right, here we go with a sports question. Where would you find a Zamboni machine?
On an ice hockey rink or ice skating rink.
That's right, on an ice rink for 20. Our next current events question. Crediting him with the country's economic growth, President Clinton nominated what person of the Federal Reserve Board to another 4-year term?
Alan Greenspan.
That is correct, Alan Greenspan. How many batters does a winning pitcher face in a perfect game?
27.
27 is right. Throwing 40 touchdown passes this season, he was voted the NFL's most valuable player by the Associated Press. Name this quarterback for the St. Louis Rams.
I don't know.
Kurt Warner is the right answer. You know, current events covers everything. Sports. A batter has 600 at-bats and gets 200 hits. What is his batting average?
333 or .333.
You're right. Who lost the title of Her Royal Highness resulting from her 1996 divorce from Prince Andrew?
Diana.
No, I'm sorry, it's Sarah Ferguson. We'll continue. What are football teams in the playoffs called which did not win a division?
Wild card.
Wild card is right. The Great Gatsby, the new opera at the Metropolitan Opera, is based on the novel by what author?
F. Scott Fitzgerald.
That is right for 20. What is raced for the America's Cup?
Yachts.
Yachts, that's correct. Time magazine recently named what famous person its person of the century?
Albert Einstein.
That is correct for 20 points. And that is the end of our second round, and we see our score. Mills 170, Capuchino's in the lead with 240 points. Well, I like to just say a little congratulations because I understand that very clever tape with the Brady Bunch thing was made by one of our own backstage people, Stephen Burke. So let's give a big hand to Stephen. So Mark, what are you going to carry away with you when you leave Mills High School?
I'm probably going to remember just the wonderful faculty, and a lot of the classes that they offer are really challenging. They actually challenged me, like, compared to other curriculums offered at other schools.
Good. Good for you. And always thank the teachers, absolutely. I like that. All right, we're going to go to our all-important final collaboration round. Here's the chance where the scores can change wildly depending on the strategies that you set for yourselves. I have here 2 sets of questions. The easier questions are worth 20 points. The harder questions are worth 40 points. And we will start with Mills High School because they are trailing. You will get to choose a point value, and I will read you a question. You have a chance to collaborate on an answer. I must receive the answers from the captains, so only Mark and Bruce will speak during this round to me. And then if you get the answer correct, you will get the point value. If you do not, the other team will have a chance to steal those points. All right? Here we go. Good luck to both teams. What would you like to start with? Let's start with a 40-pointer. All right. In what Olympic sport did Dot Richardson win a gold medal?
Wrestling?
Wrestling is incorrect. I'm sorry. Capuchino, you have a chance to steal. You may talk to each other too, Bruce.
What do you say? What do you say?
Heptathlon?
I'm sorry. The heptathlon.
That was what they used to do for the women's events.
The correct answer is softball. Softball. Cap, it's your turn. 20 or 40 points?
20 points.
20-pointer. All right, here we go. What is 100 cubed?
$1 million?
1 million is the correct answer for 20 points. Mills.
Go for 40.
Go for 40, all right. Who was the architect of St. Peter's Basilica? And your answer?
Michelangelo?
That's great. Michelangelo is correct for 40 points. Capuchino.
40 points.
A 40-pointer. All right, here we go. If a tailor needs 3 2/3 yards of material to make a suit, I'm figuring a silk suit, what am I? How many suits can be made from 22 yards of material? And your answer?
6?
6 is correct. 40 points. Mills. 40. All right, here we go. In chemistry, what is meant by the term mass number?
The number of protons and neutrons?
That is correct. The sum of the protons and neutrons. Let's look at our score. Mills at 250, Capuchino at 300. We're tightening the lead here. Cap, what do you want?
We'll go for 40.
Go for 40. Here we go. From what country is Michael Chang? Bruce, your answer?
United States?
The United States is correct. You seem to know the answer. I just didn't think you were going to tell me. So.
Just checking my files.
Mills.
40.
40. Of the 9 planets, which one has the highest density?
Mercury?
No, I'm sorry, Mercury is incorrect. Capuchino, you can steal the 40 points if you can tell me which of the 9 planets has the highest density. Bruce, your answer?
Jupiter?
No, I'm sorry, the answer is Earth. Earth. But Cap, it's your turn.
All right, we'll go for 20.
20 points. Name the main product, service, or type of information given on this website, www.amazon.com.
Books?
Book sales, that's correct. 20 points. Mills.
40.
Go for a 40, Mills. Here we go. Whom did George W. Bush, Gary Bauer, and Orrin Hatch all name as their favorite political philosopher? And your answer?
John Locke.
No, I'm sorry, John Locke's incorrect. Cap, can you name the favorite political philosopher of George Bush, Gary Bauer, and Orrin Hatch?
Abraham Lincoln?
No, I'm sorry, it was Jesus. Jesus. That guy. Capuchino.
Heard of him before.
I'm sorry?
I've heard of him before.
You've heard of him, yes. Yeah, I have too. 20 or 40 points?
We'll go 20 points.
20 points, here we go. In what sport was Joe Frazier a superstar in the 1970s?
I think it might be hang on, what do you think here?
Boxing.
You're so smug with that, but you're absolutely right.
Oh, he was,
He was all right, 20 points, correct. Mills.
40. We'll go for 40.
Go for 40, all right, here we go. Water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. At what temperature does water boil on the Fahrenheit scale?
212.
212 is correct for 40. Let's look at our scores right now. And we see Mills at 290, Capuchino in the lead with 400. Cap, it's your turn.
40 points.
40 points. In what sport is a pommel horse used?
Okay. Gymnastics?
Gymnastics is correct for 40.
Go for 40.
We'll go for 40. One of Oscar Wilde's last plays, it was made into a film starring Rupert Everett and Minnie Driver in 1999. Can you name the film or play?
Picture of Dorian Gray.
No, I'm sorry, that's not correct. Can you name the name of the film or play starring Rupert Everett, Minnie Driver, based on an Oscar Wilde last play?
Perfect Wife?
Nope, Ideal Husband.
Husband.
You just, you're so close.
I didn't know he wrote a play about me. Oh.
And the advertisement is here. It's your turn, Cap. 20 or 40?
20 points.
20 points. Here we go. What year will the next U.S. Census be held?
2000?
2000 is correct for 20. Mills. Mills has asked for a 40-point question. What do we call a solution that contains a weak acid and its salt and thereby resists change to acidity?
A buffer.
A buffer is correct for 40. Bruce?
We'll go 20 points again.
20 points again. Name the year that John Brown led the raid on Harper's Ferry. And your answer?
1859?
That is correct, 1859. For 20 points. And Mills, it's your turn.
40.
40. On January 6th, President and Mrs. Clinton spent the first night in their new home in what upscale New York suburb? May I have your answer?
Martha's Vineyard.
No, I'm sorry. Good guess. Cap, can you name the suburb that President and Mrs. Clinton spent their first night in on January 6th? Your answer, Bruce?
Syracuse?
Nope, it's Chappaqua. All right. And that looks like the end of the round and the end of the game. And the final score, Mills has 330, but Capuchino is our winner with 480 points. Whoa. Both teams, you played a very good game. And Capuchino, you're going to be coming back on a future program and playing San Mateo High School in our next round. I want to thank you all for coming. There's some wonderful parting gifts for you. And of course, you'll be playing for the possibility of going on a trip to Europe, courtesy of EF Educational Tours. Thank you all for coming. We hope to see you next time on Peninsula Quiz Kids. Bye-bye.
The grand prize, a trip to London, Paris, and Rome, is provided courtesy of EF Educational Tours of Santa Barbara. The producers of Peninsula Quiz Kids thank the following for their support: Pacific Bell, Independent Newspaper Group, Jamba Juice Peninsula, Century Theaters, Target, Samtrans, Festive Productions Burlingame, Silver Terrace Nursery, AEIS Ronald Bland, www.channelx.com, and Expression Center for New Media.